Once again, welcome to another episode of The Discussion.
Yes, sir.
I am the good guy, CJ Dub.
And I am the most overrated good guy, Edel. I had to throw that out
We
there.
both can't be good guys.
No, you're not the good guy. I'm the good guy. Everybody knows that.
No, everybody
everybody knows that. You can ask anyone.
Welcome to another episode of Discussion. Once again, I am the good guy. And that's the bad guy over there, Edel. I said it for him. What's going on today, brother? How are you, man?
Woo, man, I had a I was actually intending to go home this morning, but the weather was so bad, I turned around. I said, you know what? I can't make the hike there and back, and you know what I mean, and be comfortable, and I don't want to be tired, so I turned around and went back home.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I turned around and went back home.
It's rather messy outside.
It is, man. It is. And before we get started, I do want to mention that I got a funeral to go to Tuesday. And I was trying to see my folks, man, and I just want to say rest in peace, man, to my first cousin, Chief, man, and
rest in peace, Chief.
Hey, man, God bless you, man. Look, man, whatever you're doing out there, man, be safe. No matter what you're out there doing, just be safe, man. You know what I'm saying? So, look, man, we love y'all, man. We love the family. Stay up. Y'all in our heart, and we're going to continue praying for you, man. The whole family, man. We love you.
No doubt. Yeah, unfortunate situation, man.
Yeah, it is. It was very unfortunate.
And you know my heart goes out to
yes, sir,
to the family. You know, from one day to the next, we don't know. We don't know what tomorrow holds. So, gotta show that love today.
Yep, gotta show the love today. That was very well said. You know what? You're starting to get up. Look, you know how you had that good angel and that bad angel on your shoulder.
Right.
You starting to nudge that little bad angel away, man, because you're starting to surprise me a lot lately, man.
Hey, listen, man, you tried to make me out to be a savage.
You are savage.
I'm not savage, man, and I'm not hard to deal with. I'm for the people, brother. I'm not, I'm not a selfish person. I care about my fellow man. You know what I'm saying?
You definitely do. You definitely do. That is definitely the truth.
Now, when niggas cross lines, that's something different. You know what I'm saying?
But
and then sometimes we have to speak aggressively to get our points across. But, all in all,
right.
I think I'm a pretty good fella.
And that is...
Where do you want to start first? Do you want to go ahead and get Trump out the way first? Or should we get right into it?
I would like to get right into it about the black community. Trump is not that important to me. My people in my community is more important to me. Those people I'm trying to uplift, those people I'm sitting here for, speaking up for, those are the people I want to talk about first. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So, speaking of which, and this came from a place of, I was just like, scrolling YouTube at work. And I came across something that was very interesting.
Okay.
That I think it was Ari Spears. And they were having a conversation about Earthquake. And Earthquake, his ex-wife, or baby mama, I don't even know if she was ever a wife.
Okay.
But what he did was he paid extra child support because he looked at it like, I'm an independent contractor. And because I don't know from day to day, this bag may stop or whatever, like the type of work that he does, being a comedian.
Right.
He was paying extra.
Right. So
when it came to the last year of child support payments, he was done.
Right.
So the kid was, at this point, 17 years old. And Earthquake was pretty much like, I don't have to pay nothing else because I've already paid.
This year ahead, I paid this year.
I already done gave you the money for that.
Yeah, I paid you.
And the courts had signed off on it.
Yeah.
Saying that he did do that.
Yeah.
And the baby moms went to, social media with it. Basically kind of bashing him or whatever the case may be, saying that shouldn't make a difference or whatever the case may be. But, that's what, sparked the brain for this one.
Damn.
So, with that being said, where does the conversation about child support begin? Because I'm not necessarily the one to really understand that. I can look at things and draw my own perspective.
Right.
But, you know, I've been blessed to the point where I haven't had to do that.
Right.
So, what is your take on what's your take on the earthquake situation?
That's what I was going to say. Speaking on the situation with earthquake first, I feel like, look, even though he didn't know that if the bag was going to stop, you know what I'm saying, and he was overpaying in the last year, he just felt like he didn't want to pay it. I think if he had it, he still could have gave something. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand what he's saying, and I do understand it from both sides, right? So I understand that, look, he did pay it. I'm not saying he didn't, so he doesn't owe anything.
Right.
So let me say that. I'm saying that, look, as the parent, he could have made the effort, you know what I mean, for the kid. You know, so, and I'm only saying that because in my situation, I've had it rough with that. I've given up some of those things as a young man, you know what I'm saying, being irresponsible when it comes to paying support, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So my take is this, like, now the man that I am now, look, even if some of the money I don't want to pay, I pay it because I don't have a choice, for one, but for two, I know those kids need their things.
Okay, so I'm going to play devil's advocate with you, right? Say the mother is giving Earthquake a hard time.
Right.
He doesn't overpay his child support, so he's done with that. So you was getting extra bread, more so than the court settled for, or told you that you was going to receive. He did that for years.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's just say the mother is a bit of an asshole.
Right.
She's giving you a hard time about spending time with your kids and this, that, and the third, because one thing I do know is the court system is really set up in favor of the woman.
Right, because it's against you as the black man, for one, and they don't understand that, right? They don't understand how in-depth that those laws are. See, because I don't think most women are in our neighborhoods, how conscious, you know what I'm saying, how conscious they are about those laws. But I do understand that, look, we are grown men out here. Look, I as a young man, I dropped the ball. I will say that. I'll be the first to tell you my mistakes.
So, for the record, though, you are saying...
But for the record...
Earthquake is wrong.
No, I'm not saying earthquake is right. Earthquake is totally right, is what I'm saying.
Okay. I just had to make sure. No. I wanted to clarify that.
He did what he was supposed to do. I'm saying that I didn't do what I was supposed to do for a few years. Those years, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying that earthquake did what he was supposed to do. And that 17th year... Even though previously he felt that he may not be able to pay this money to this chick because of his occupation, and the bag might slow down, so he paid extra. But I think that if he wasn't doing bad when the kid was in year 17, and he had it or could have something, you know what I'm saying? Just do a few more gestures, because look, guess what? It's almost over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying he's wrong though. He's right.
In the comments, shout out to Tobias Hatch. He says, I don't think it's a trap. I think it's a tool for angry women, but well-deserving for men.
I agree. Because, look, I've been in a situation where it's people being angry with me, and that happened. But like I said, I was a jerk. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, look. I place it up the blame on myself, because even though I didn't understand how to be a man, or I could use that nobody taught me, you know what I'm saying? But I can say all that. Those would be excuses. But at the end of the day, I dropped the ball. But now I'm making it right.
So, now, this is something that I've seen. Your situation, for example.
Right.
You coming home, you know what I'm saying, and having to jump right immediately into
paying support. That's hard.
Did you feel like that was unfair? The way they would, not that it's unfair for you to support your children,
right?
But did you feel like the courts handled that situation properly?
I felt unfair with the process, not just with the courts, because the courts didn't just call me in on their own. You know what I'm saying? So look, she called you in. Yeah, she did. But look, you got to think, when I came home, I was only making $8.75 an hour. And I was like, look, I had to pay bills, and I was like, I don't know what else I could give you. I was giving her some out of that, but I knew it wasn't enough. But at the time, it was just all I had.
Right.
It wasn't nothing I could do about it. And guess what? And they probably expected me to go back to the street or doing some of the things that I was normally used to doing, and it would be okay. But I didn't go back to doing that. And I didn't want to put myself in a position where it take me back away from being able to, you know what I'm saying, progress and become productive as a U.S. citizen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So all these things take note. So I think it was unfair that I had to endure that coming from that situation, like immediate, because I didn't have time to save. And like right now, I don't have any savings. I'm not afraid to say it because I have to pay support, I have to pay my bills, and I have to make sure I take care of everything I take care of first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what's important. So no matter how hard it is, or no matter how much I may feel like it's stacked against me, I gotta pay it. You gotta pay it. But dude is right though. He did everything right. That's all I'm saying.
So Earthquake makes a valid point.
Yes.
And I guess, you know, and a lot of that too, I'm talking with somebody from Earthquake's position. I guess depending on what type of man you are. I know when I was 17 years old, 16, 17 years old, it was, you better go get a job.
Right.
You need to go rake some yards. You need to do this. You need to do that.
Before 17.
Before 17. I'll say that started 15, 16 years old, where it was kind of like, you know,
you was in the back of the field with me one time, won't you? Did you go to the back of
that? No, that was Dick.
That was Dick. Okay.
I never did it. I actually wanted to, but I never, you know.
Couldn't do it. You couldn't go out there. It felt like a slave thing.
But, with that being said, man, you know what I'm saying? So, and I get it. Like, you know, things cost. I know for a fact that the man has to take care of the insurance.
Right.
But you're talking about day-to-day food, clothing, shelter, you know what I'm saying? You know, being in the home, running up the light bill, whatever. I get all of that. But by the time you... Now, I'll say this. Because I live with my mother and my father.
Right.
I was blessed to have a father that I knew it was very much in my life. Living with Pops was a totally different experience.
It was, wasn't it?
Now, my mother catered to my needs. Way more than my father did.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Living with Pops, like I said, that's why I could say 15, 16 years old. At that point, you should be pushing your child to be learning how to take care of themselves.
Exactly. That's where I agree.
So let's just say hypothetically, Earthquake comes from that school. And he's looking at it like, well, look, I done paid extra for 16 years. I done gave you so much extra money that I ain't even got to pay.
Right. It shouldn't even be a problem.
He need to get a job.
Right. But I agree. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Earthquake is totally right. Earthquake did everything right. He did everything like a father was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So look, big shout out to him, man. I got to shout out. Because look, we was down on Pedro for not paying his child support.
Pedro got beat up.
Pedro should have got whooped. But my man, Earthquake, we celebrating him. No, we celebrating Earthquake because, look, we don't give enough credit to our people, especially young black men that do what they're supposed to do.
But do we still celebrate Earthquake? If he's being an asshole about it, does he still get celebrated?
He's not being an asshole though. How is he being an asshole? Because I can't see him being an.
But listen, what I'm saying is, if Earthquake, because if at the age of 17, if he looks at it and says, "Look, I done did all I could do. I gave you extra, blah blah blah." The kid is 17 years old.
Right.
Make his ass go get a job.
That's not wrong for him to say that. I'm not saying that that's wrong for
so you're saying either whatever way Earthquake chooses to go. He's in the right.
I think he's in the right. He's entitled that only because he did what he was supposed to do. Is what I'm saying. I'm saying Pedro's in the right. And look,
listen, Blood said, y'all don't start with Pedro.
I mean, but Pedro didn't do it.
Pedro has become a symbol on this show of you know, Pedro is a prime example of what not to do.
But Pedro, but look, man.
Pedro is a symbol. Matter of fact, the logo should be Pedro.
I don't want his logo. I don't want to be attached to that. I'm going to just say that. I'm going to throw that out there. And I know it's funny and we laughing, but I don't want to be attached to Pedro. Because I was Pedro once before.
You were Pedro?
Yeah, absolutely. I was Pedro before, but that was when I didn't know. I didn't understand. You know
Hold on, wait. When you say Pedro, what do you mean by
Not by getting whooped.
Well, see, that's what I think about.
No. I'm saying I was a Pedro. Why didn't I didn't stand up to my responsibility. But see, we can't do that with Pedro because
I haven't seen any documentation to support her claim. She said she was whooping Pedro because he didn't pay his child support.
Oh no, Pedro, she whooped him like he squeezed her mama butt or something.
We don't know if Pedro didn't pay child support.
I don't know what Pedro did.
But hey, even though he paid child support, let's say he didn't pay child support, he ain't deserve to get beat up like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Not by no woman.
Well, if he got beat up by a woman,
the symbolism for Pedro has nothing to do with child support. It's
the whooping he took.
The whooping he took, and it's not.
Be a man, Pedro.
Pedro needs to step it up. But back to this child support thing, which is it's
so how do you look? Let me ask you this, because you did ask me about how did I see it in my certain situation. I don't mind. I'm an open book, but. Like, if you would have had to endure that, and I know you haven't, which is great, and I celebrate that, how would that feel like if you would have had to do that? Like, if you would have had to go through that, what do you think, like, your mind would feel?
It's pressure.
How do you see that?
It furthermore lets you know that you're not in control. Because one thing we have going on in this society right now is everything is centered around money. Every single thing. You're not a good father if you're not giving the money.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that being said,
right.
That man, if I'm in that position, I could go by the house every day.
Right.
I could be helping my children do math, teaching them to read, to write, to cook, how to survive, teaching them manners, teaching them spirituality, and all of that goes
out the window.
Out the window.
For what?
If I don't have money to give you.
That happens.
And to me, that's the saddest part of this whole, when you start having this conversation.
Right.
A lot of chicks, now, don't get me wrong, there are bad fathers.
Right.
I know bad fathers. You know what I mean? I've had friends that, I'm not really so cool with now because of it, where I have to ask them, have you checked on your children, man?
Right.
Excuse me, as your friend, I shouldn't be the one to have to tell you need to check on your kids.
Exactly.
You need to put in phone calls. You need to, make your presence felt.
Right.
Now, we all fall on hard times.
Yeah, we do.
But the money should not be the end all of what makes a good father. Because you got fathers who giving all kind of money, but never spend time with their children.
Right, and look, and that's crazy. Because look, let me just say this, bro. Look, I have to go to work. I have to go to school. I'm doing this show, and I have to sacrifice, right? Because my kids live in different states than I do. I can't see them. You know what I'm saying? And even when I do, sometimes it's been so long in the time frame and the distance because of my situation. It feels awkward. As a black man, see, we don't get to talk about these things. See, this is like what we was talking about the other night.
Right.
Things that we bottle up inside that we don't get to talk about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's another story for another day. I just think that...
You want another hug today, man?
No, I don't need another hug today. We're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
How about we have another drink? But I think that we, as men, we just gotta be responsible, a little more responsible. And I think that, look, some of these behaviors are learned behaviors. They have to be taught, right? You have to be taught certain things. Like you said, your dad, when you moved with your dad, it was a different story. He didn't cater to your needs the same way Aunt Rita catered to your needs. Miss Rita didn't cater to she catered to your needs, but he's not going to do that.
He's not sacrificing. And I don't want to get too far in this, but this is a true story. It's going to take a second. My first year down there, I got ready. It was time to go back to school. I was a freshman in high school, going to Jeff Davis High.
Right.
It was a week before it was time to go to school.
Okay.
Now, living with my mother, back to school was an event.
It was.
She'd take you shopping. Might say, and at this time, my mother, she was working at Belk's at this time.
I remember that.
So she had these discounts and different things or whatever. Mm-hmm. So she would be like, okay, you can spend this amount, you can spend that amount. I'm gonna just say $300. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We had $300 a piece to get our clothes with or whatever. Mm-hmm. Dad would always get the sneakers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And my mother would buy the clothes. That's how they would do it. So that was there, right?
Right.
Living with my father, right?
Right.
It's a week before it's time to go back to school. I still don't have no new clothes. Right? So my grandmother at the time, rest in peace,
I'm not laughing at you.
No, it's hilarious. My grandma Cora said, Charles, that boy needs school supplies, and he needs some clothes.
Right.
You know, my dad said something to the effect of, if he need clothes, what the hell he been wearing the whole time he been here?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he got clothes.
Right.
I'm looking at him now. He got on clothes right now.
See, he don't understand. You got to be dressed in certain ways to go to school.
My grandmother fought with my father. And this nigga so reluctantly gave her $100.
Man.
That was it. Took me to the back. Like, that'll be the last time. If you want something, you need to be looking for a job.
I see where your hardness come from. You need to hug, bro. You need to hug.
No, my father really was not about that life. Like, he wasn't about. And my father's a nice guy. Like,
he was harder than my dad if he did that to you.
Yo, my father did. But when it came to money, he was looking at it like, I think at that time my father had just bought a home. He had some stuff going on.
Okay, but that explains it.
With itself, where he was kind of just like, if you want Jordans and you want cross colors and Carl Canine and all this stuff,
right?
You old enough to get a job. You need to be getting a job.
And you were how old then?
I was 15, getting ready to be 16 years old.
Well, I mean, look.
And on top of that, the only reason I was there was because I got in trouble.
Right.
I got in some serious trouble and got shipped down there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I guess he kind of was pretty much looking at it like, well, before you came here, you was out there acting like you was wrong. Mm-hmm. You gotta, man up and go do what you need to do.
Somebody made a comment about you.
Oh. What's the comment?
Natasha Panko was there, but you were missing them Arizona outfits and them duck head jeans.
Hey, listen, that's some Georgia stuff right there. That's some Georgia stuff, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I ended up before it was all said and done.
Did you get a job?
I had a duck head shirt.
But did you get a job? What did you get with that $100? What did that get? How many? Well, I mean,
I'm gonna tell you what I bought. I damn near remember everything with that $100. I bought like 4 or 5 notebooks that cost $1 in like Family Dollar Store.
Okay.
Pack of pens, pack of pencils. I bought a pair of jeans, 1 pair of jeans, and some jerseys. And I got these jerseys from and this is so funny. And this goes to show you that a lot of time it's the perception is everything and not what it really is.
Right.
I went and bought these jerseys out of Walmart.
Right.
Walmart used to have like baseball jerseys. And
I remember that.
And at this time, you talking about crisscross era, where everybody was wearing the jerseys.
Yep.
So I go get these jerseys out of Walmart. They was like $10 or $15 a piece. I bought like 3 of them.
Right.
I know one was like a Georgia Southern. They were all Georgia teams, Georgia Bulldogs, Georgia Southern.
They were cheap down there.
They were cheap. But when I went to go other places and visits, people like, yo, man, like, yo, that's a dope jersey. Where you get it? And I'm just like, yo, this dude, and I'm lying to them like, I ordered this joint for East Bay. The whole time it came from Walmart. But, like I said, I didn't want to dive too deep into that. My father did not play that game with me.
Right.
My mother was way more understanding.
But you know why though, don't you?
Why is that?
Because the same reason that you always describe to everyone on this show about how it is for black men. Think about how tough it was for your dad to get a job, to get a certain pay rate, to buy a home. All those things combined with having to take care of you and pay support. It was a lot. That's a lot for a black man.
It is.
That is and look, and we still don't go over the ledge and kill ourselves, but we work through it. We know what it feels like to be broke, so we're not going to kill ourselves if we don't have anything.
Absolutely.
We know what it feels like to be at the bottom, to live with roaches and rats, or share your meal with roaches or rats. You know what I'm saying? So we not...
Share your clothes, you know what I'm saying, with your brothers.
I had roaches crawl out of my book sack sometimes.
You wear these.
Right.
On Monday, I wear these on Friday.
And you better not put them boxers on right there, because I'm wearing them Wednesday. And I know Tamika coming over here Wednesday, and I ain't playing no, you know what I'm saying? So it was one of them things. So you had to share. Like, all the hand-me-downs, I had to take them because we was the youngest. Me and Juan was the youngest. So everything Pee-wee and Lynn couldn't fit anymore. It was new to us. And they had to get the new clothes because they were older. My mom was like, they're in high school or middle school. And she made sure that they was, you know what I'm saying, at least straight enough. You know what I'm saying? But my mom, she's a hero.
Yes, the women are heroes.
My mom's a hero.
You know, and you know, I talk my trash about the women.
Yeah.
And a lot, there are a lot who are just plain, because this is the way I look at it. And I may get criticized for saying this. If I got $1 million and we are no longer together and we have a child together,
right?
If you need $700,000 of my $1 million, maybe the kids should be staying with me.
Yeah, because I get $700,000 of my $1 million. Obviously, you can't afford
to have a child,
right? If you're asking for that,
can.
Yeah, but that's too far. You can't ask for $700,000 of somebody's $1 million that you didn't work for.
But that's a lot of the stuff that's going on.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
that's, I mean, look,
which I don't know the numbers. True. I would have to get with somebody.
No, I know you're just throwing it out there. But
what is the actual number?
I don't know.
Or percentage of your pay that goes to child support?
Let me just say it like this. You know that the pay rate is not that high. That's why I'm in school getting a degree. I'll be finished. Lord, thank you, Jesus. And I just say, look, if you're gonna educate yourself and you're gonna try to put yourself in a position to make more money. I mean, I don't know the going rate, but I just know that, look,
because it's a certain percentage of what your
gotta
income is.
Yeah, you gotta make sure. I want to know if it's 25%, something like that. I don't know, it's something around there. I know it's more than you can afford after you pay bills. Because look, I have to provide medical insurance for my children and my family and myself. Like, and I have to put, and then I'm not to mention that they take out for the 401k and, you know what I mean? All these benefits, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, they take out that too?
Listen, and I got a nice little pension stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I thought about that. I said, you know what? I said, look, I have to take my life so serious that if anything happens to me or something happens, I have to have life insurance and all of these things so my wife can be taken care of. I cannot leave this earth, something happened to me, and my wife isn't taken care of. That's not happening. I'm not even going to think like that, you know what I'm saying? But that's why I say, look, even though I pay my support, I have a couple more years on it. Even though I feel like it's too much, I still pay it. And I go on about my business. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's hard. It's not easy because it's not like I'm getting this tremendous amount of money or this pay rate or this salary that's, you know what I'm saying? But I'm handling it.
Is there anybody in the comment section that want to add on? I'm seeing some comments rolling in.
Who we got? Here's some comments.
Pankova said they can take the other spouse away.
They can.
What spousal support? Once again, you know, like I said, I hate to be the bad guy.
Right.
But some of this stuff, it's like this. And me and my other half, we have these conversations sometimes. Mm-hmm. Where I be looking at something like Basketball Wives, for example, right? Mm-hmm. This woman, Shaq's ex-wife, has capitalized and built an empire off of his name. And he's not entitled to not 1 cent of whatever it is that she receives. Why is he paying her spousal support?
I don't know, but we have someone in the comments. Miss Cherie Dunn said it's not a certain percentage. There are factors that are considered. Okay. That's important to know.
Yeah, that's very important to know.
Because factors, they are like, depending on how much the father get paid or how much the mother get paid. You know what I mean? Because they ask those questions.
I probably would believe that most of your needs wouldn't be a factor.
No, it's not.
Like, I don't think they would care about.
They don't.
How much you pay in rent.
Listen, I was getting $8.75 an hour. I told the woman, I said, how am I supposed to give someone this much money? She was like, I was like, well, I guess we got to talk to the judge then, because I don't have that. I just came, I wasn't even released long. And I was like, I mean, how am I supposed to give it? But this is what I think. That social media and other things play a big part of everything, and people they think that you do. Just take my wedding, for instance.
Well, Blood said they answer all those questions now, so.
Yeah, but look, I don't know. Look, people see that and they just take it as, I mean, look, all I'm going to say is, look, I just can't wait. I'm going to throw me a party when I get off child support.
Hey.
I'm going to throw me a party.
And I'm going to come and celebrate with you.
My first month, I'm going to save up 2 months' pay for just child support, and I'm going to use all of that just for one party.
Well, I'm going to have
it's going to be exclusive. It's going to be extravagant.
I'm going to have a daughter going away to college party.
Well, you can't, yours never stop. You and London still together, y'all here, and you're going to have to, when she goes to college, London has done well. And if you
listen,
look, she can always call Uncle E.
I already
explain
to you what school I came from.
I already know.
I came from the Charles Dove School of Hard Knocks.
But London is doing well.
And salute to my baby, London.
She's doing well.
Once again, I have to say this on the air one more time. My baby was nominated for the Emmy.
Man, look, and you talking about, look, you paying child support forever because she's smart.
My baby is nominated for an Emmy.
And London, if he say anything, call me.
That is definitely a proud parent moment.
Right, man, that's big.
And she is so humble about it. I'm running around here like, yo, what? You know what I'm saying?
Did you see her face when I said it the other night? She looked at me like, that's nothing. I'm like, really?
Like, she is so mean.
I don't have anything, and you sitting here telling me being nominated for an Emmy
for
doing a show on PBS?
My daughter is so neat.
I love her, man.
Because it's hard to get her really excited about anything. And I'm kind of like that myself. Like, I'm very laid back and reserved with a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't really show I'm never overly excited about anything.
No, you're not. I don't know why, bro. You like the Grinch, too.
And that's kind of like, when Voice was on here, the mental health thing. That could be a mental health thing.
And look, you know what? While you saying that, that is very true.
Once again, we had another successful show.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you stopping through today,
Yes, sir, man. Hey, look, man, I appreciate being here, man. I appreciate the viewers stopping through, man. Before we end the show, tell them where they can find us at. You
can find us every Tuesday, Thursday,
yes, sir,
Saturday,
yes, sir,
6 p.m. sharp, Facebook Live.
Yes, sir.
We will be simulcasting soon.
Yes, sir.
We're getting things together to take some leaps and bounds for y'all in the near future.
Yes, sir. And we working it. You could go to YouTube, man. C&E Presents the Discussion Podcast, man. Go there, hit like, hit follow. That's important, man. We need you guys to hit like. We need you to follow. And that's what we're trying to do, man. We're trying to create a movement. It's not about us. It's about the community we're trying to reach. And we want you to have a voice. So, C&E, the Discussion Podcast.